Hey guys, my name is Moshpitti and today I've got a replay in the RDF LT and let's see what I can do with it. We are on Pearl River. Same play as every time on this map. We try to take the center, win the map. I'm playing with my mate Maniac. He is in the Ignis Purgatio and let's see how this center rush is gonna pan out for us. RDF LT, fantastic light tank, unbelievably good, just super fun as well. I'm loading it with nothing but AP, but because the intro clip, or rather the clip reload is pretty fast, you can actually fire 50-50, you know, or load 50-50, half gold, half AP for instance. Definitely suggest using some gold rounds if you're not too particular about your silver, because the premium rounds on this are fantastic. They are genuinely really great. But as I'm hopefully going to be able to show in this replay, you definitely don't need to either. If you're particular about your pennies, definitely don't need to fire gold, but it really helps. I bounced some shots there partially because I was hitting the turret. Now the RDF LT, if you didn't know that, does not have a hitbox in the turret. It's just basically a gun. You have to hit the hull, but also the upper plate is really steeply angled. It's thin, but it's really steeply angled, so if you don't have high penetration like the AP here does, or doesn't rather, you can kind of struggle to defend this sometimes. But obviously there's plenty enough for the size of M60A2s. Plenty enough for the size of basically any tank. Yep. RDFLT stands for Rapid Deployment Forces Light Tank. Means it's on a pair-drop tank. It's supposed to be in airplanes. It's very lightweight. If you hit rocks like this, or if you hit tanks, bad things are going to happen. Try to avoid both. The gun doesn't have a hitbox, or rather a hurt box. The turret doesn't have a hurt box, but it has really good gun depression. So in a position like this, I'm able to put out shots. Assuming the BMP had a shot on me, he would have fired back, would have not taken any damage. Such a fun little toy. Now we've got the center, like I said, just be flexible. When you're here, don't, like, I have this bad habit of assuming that I'm gonna have plays here, or I'm gonna try to get shots there. You just have to have an open mind. You just have to be patient. You've got the center, you've got the key location, now just wait for shots. And that's exactly what we're doing here. We're just being opportunistic. My mate called out that they're in our base. Obviously, they finally got spotted as well. So the enemy team went around. We're completely flanked. Sounds terrible, right? Well, yes and no. We are flanked, but we have the center. We don't have a rear flank as such, because the center is just so all-rounded, right? You can see here, I just swap from one place to another. Basically, they have no crossfire. As long as I'm on one edge of or another of the city, there is no, like, tremendously dangerous crossfires that can happen from any part of the map. Such a key location. Poor bandit. He repaired his tracks and got ammo right immediately after. And yeah, look at this DPM. Oh, I love this little tank. I really do. I am playing it, by the way. If you're planning on buying this, be mindful that it can be kind of derpy. Not that the accuracy is bad, but the way I've got it going is I don't have a stabilizer. That means when I'm going full speed and I'm turning my turret and everything, I can have kind of a derpy gun, which sucks for an autoloader, but the RDFLT is not that fast. The BMBs, for instance, are way faster. So I have to use, the way I've opted to use this to be wherever I need to be, whenever I need to be. I'm using the traction and the powertrain. So that means I've got like max mobility. I'm also using camo net and smoke to just have more concealment. But arguably you could even use fuel to get more mobility, get the turret turning even faster. But yeah, it is the full package, but with the caveat that it doesn't have the same mobility as a lot of light tanks in Cold War, especially Era 2. Just something to keep in mind if you're planning on buying this, but even then, it is well worth it if you see it on discount. It's such a fun tank. Now, Maniac got taken out by the enemy Ignis. We're going to take it out in return. See how slow those missiles are. That was a little scary, but I had confidence. That's just how ridiculous our DPM is, that I can kill it before it even can land the missile. An unbelievably powerful tank. Whatever else you would think of it, it is definitely powerful. The action is finally dying down. It's finally time to move out from the power position. That is the center. And I'm trying to link up with my team. Obviously, losing my platoon mate, not ideal. I'm immediately less confident. So I'm like taking snapshots and keeping my awareness as high as I can. That's in case the M50 Ontos is anywhere around here. It's not going to be much of a threat, but if, like, I didn't know about that at the time, right? The M50 has such insane camo that even though we've got teammates between me and here, like, there's like maybe 50 meters between me and the teammates, right? The M50 can literally be in the between us and not be spotted unless it's firing. That's because the concealment is so low. You actually have to get within 25 meters, which is proximity spotting in Cold War. 25 meters to spot the thing unless it's firing. So I was kind of cautious about that. Like, I guess I don't really bring it up a lot, but when I'm playing with platoons, I really do lean on the platoon aspect of that. I really lean on the, like, having two sets of eyes and having like two guns. I don't just play with platoons thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna play as normal, but now I've got a mate as well. I do really end up leaning on the fact that we have more intentional firepower wherever we go. So immediately as soon as I lose my teammate, my platoon mate, I turn on this like caution mode, objective survive. Obviously, it's been unnecessary in this case, but that's just how I am. I get very nervous when I'm on my own. Doesn't happen when I'm playing solo. It just happens when I'm like oriented in playing in a platoon and then I lose the platoon strength. That's when I go into this like, oh no, I'm so alone. Yeah, there's the M50. He was no threat to us after all, but like I said, I didn't know that at the time. Now I'm gonna be able to demonstrate this, the incredible, just silly concealment of that thing. He was spotted because he's firing. And now he's outspotted. He outspots us, a light tank. And I had to get within 25 meters to get that proximity spotting on. But that's fine. We finally find it. We put in the last rounds that we have time for. And finish the battle on 4 tanks destroyed, 41 penetrations, and 1200 damage. Just a fantastic result. Maniac makes it to second place. We win the game and get the MVP. Fun. Yeah, there you go. Rapid Deployment Force Light Tank. Full name. Ace Tanker. Fantastic replay. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I hope to see you guys next time. Pearl River. Pearl River. Pearl River. Pearl River. No ni.